This is my client Rory. I coached him to single digit body fat percentage, and here's the exact meal plan he followed. I'm Vaughan, I'm a pro natural bodybuilder, and I run Team Locked In Coaching. Let's get into the video. When Rory hired me, he was around 85 kilos, and by the end of the diet, he was 72 kilos. So we're looking at around 13 kilos of fat loss across 18 weeks, and this was plenty enough to get Rory lean enough to win his first ever bodybuilding show, taking out his class. Now, the show was on the 19th of October, and I have here for us a screenshot of Rory's food log from Monday, October the 14th. So the first thing I want you to look at is the macros. Now, the calories are where they need to be to help Rory lose fat at the appropriate rate that we want every week. But when you look at the macro distribution, this is going to help you see how we get that really grainy look where the muscles are still super nice and full. So here's what I mean by that. I take a moderate protein, high carbohydrate, low fat approach towards dieting. So we have here 200 protein, 200 carb, 43 fats. Rory's physique would not look this full, his muscles would not be popping this much if we had more fats and less carbs. So something to bear in mind. Just quickly, if you are setting up your own diet, you want your protein around 2.2 grams per kg of your body weight, your fats at around 0.7 grams per kg of your body weight, and then fill up all of the rest of your calories with carbs. That's my preferred macro ratio or distribution. So let's get into the meals. Before we do, I just want to paint the picture for you as to what a typical day in the life looked like for Rory. He wakes up around 5 o'clock. He'll have a pre-workout meal around 6 o'clock. He'll be training at 7 until about 8:39, give or take, have a shower, and then he'll have a post-workout shake at 9 o'clock. He'll have a lunch and then a dinner, and that will be his day. I don't want you to look at this and think, do I have to train for 2 hours? Absolutely not. Rory manages a gym, and so he'll be talking to people. He'll be having a shower before he starts his shift. He might go for a little swim in the pool or relax in the spa for a little bit before he starts his shift anyway. So if you're also wondering, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 meals. Don't bodybuilders typically eat 5 or 6 meals per day? We've got some good research showing that 4 meals is enough to maximize muscle protein synthesis. So that's why bodybuilders eat lots of meals per day, because the thought process is the more protein feedings you have, the more chances you get to stimulate muscle protein synthesis. We have a really nice study from Brad Schoenfeld, who's kind of the king, the most revered guy in muscle growth research, paired with Alan Aragon, who is a also very well revered nutrition guy. So whenever they team up on a study, it's always pretty high authenticity, accuracy, and quality. And they have essentially concluded that the solution is to consume a protein at a target of 0.4 grams per kg per meal across a minimum of 4 meals. So if you're having 4 meals per day, each of them including a serve of protein, you're doing everything you need to be from a meal timing perspective, provided that you're also doing enough to give you energy around your training window. So let's talk about that next. Rory's pre-workout meal. We've got here oats, protein powder, and berries. So it looks to me like he's sort of taken liberties with my iconic protein oats meal from my recipe book in the coaching program, and he's sort of needed to, in order to reduce the calories a little bit further as his calories came lower and lower. But when you're looking at a meal like this can be a phenomenally delicious meal. It's also a great pre-workout meal for Rory. A lot of people or maybe coaches would tell you, well, the oats has a fair bit of fiber, the berries have a fair bit of fiber, and that's going to slow down your digestion, and we don't want to be slowing down your digestion before a workout. And for most people that is true. The thing is though, when you are this lean, you do not have digestion problems in terms of digestion being too slow. The food is going to just go right through. Your body is absolutely craving nutrients. It'll do anything it can to process that food, don't you worry. So if anything, having the oats with the berries to slow down digestion somewhat is the perfect pre-workout meal for Rory at this stage, because it will actually help slow down the release of the energy across his entire workout. Then Rory would have a post-workout protein shake. This is good as well, because what this does is give us a serving of protein, which we do want after a workout. It doesn't need to be immediately after, but at some point following a workout, we definitely want a serving of protein. But on top of that, it is light enough that Rory can really get started with his day, starting work at 9 o'clock. He can also have a coffee or two between sort of 9 and midday, and that way he's going to have the appetite suppressing effects of caffeine, and as long as he cuts it off at around midday, it's not going to impact his sleep. If he did have a big meal after this workout though, then it would mean we have to sacrifice a little bit of food elsewhere. And whilst again some people or coaches might tell you, you need to be having carbs post-workout to spike your insulin and help with protein absorption, there's definitely some merit to that. The thing is though, again, when you are this lean, right, whatever you can do to make sure you get a good sleep, you need to be doing. So if that means sacrificing some carbs and particularly calories in your post-workout meal in order for you to be able to have a really big meal before you go to sleep, that is going to allow you to get to sleep easily and stay asleep, then that is absolutely worth it. Sleep is that important, especially when you're that lean, especially in a calorie deficit. So this is a perfect post-workout shake for Rory. For lunch, he has, it looks to me like a chicken satay type of dish. He's done a smart thing here where instead of having peanut butter, he's had powdered peanut butter, so that's really good at reducing the calories without reducing the taste of the meal. He's also got this peanuts in chili oil, which is, I think, just a nice little thing to add a little bit of flavor on top. He's used rotisserie chicken breast. That's simply for convenience, rather than cooking, chicken breast each and every meal every day, because he's at work and he doesn't necessarily have the capacity to cook, and then he's having likely a boiled egg on top of that, which is giving him some healthy fats too, again going to slow down digestion a little bit and then keep him fuller for longer through the afternoon. Rory's final meal is a chicken, broccoli, avocado, spinach type creation. A few things here. So if you are tracking your macros, which if you want to get lean, you should be, it's the best way. Never forget about tracking your cooking oils. So Rory will have used a spray oil with as little as possible, but he has still logged 3 grams of olive oil there just to be safe. Another thing which is worth mentioning, Rory's had 1 cup of rice, which is not a huge amount of rice, especially when you're lean and you're hungry. He has topped that up with cauliflower rice. 100 grams of cauliflower rice is only 27 calories. On its own, it's not particularly appetizing, but when you mix it in with rice, you can barely taste it. He's also volumized this meal by adding in 42 grams of spinach, which is it's a big chunk of spinach. It's like half a bag, if not a whole bag. This is really important. As you get deeper into your fat loss diet, you need to be thinking about how can I make my meals bigger and bigger for fewer and fewer calories. Not even the same as my prior meals, but literally bigger as you get deeper into a deficit, as your leptin levels fall, so that's your satiety hormone. You're going to get hungrier and hungrier the leaner you get, so you need bigger and bigger meals. You need to be using things like cauliflower rice and spinach. All right, if there's anything you remember from this video, I want it to be this. Often, getting exceptionally lean as Rory has is not about what you need to add in. A lot of people will think, I need to be doing cardio. I need to be having this supplement. I need to be having this superfood. Often it's not about that. And it's actually about what you need to take away. Have a really simple dietary approach. 3 meals plus a protein shake works exceptionally well, and keep it simple. If you want more information on the Locked In Coaching Program and whether I might be the right coach for you, head to the first link in the description.